All right, so this is Saturday, November 22nd. Uh, Sitting here in my parlor. I never do this. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to calm down. I have the front door open. The sun is out. The air is fine. I got little bugs floating in and out of here every now and then, coming through with the air breeze. Gentle, with some soft warmth on you from the sun. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's pretty optimum for me right now. These are my old prescription glasses that I had to put together recently enough to put back on. I got a couple pairs in the house from different prescriptions I've been wearing, the thick ones and these from years before the thick ones. I just went to an eye exam yesterday, and I got to get a new prescription mailed to me shortly with different lenses, frames for readers. So I'm over here, just quiet enough to do this. I hope I'm picking up okay with the microphone, with the distance to the camera from my arm holding the phone here, my hand. I just wanted to show a few different aspects to today's reasoning, and what I'm doing here, why I'm hoping to broadcast or share anything on Facebook on my two posts, my two profiles I've been posting with. I hit the button wrong when they asked me to verify myself earlier today on the profile that was restricted and then removed, um, saying it wasn't me creating that profile when I made a mistake because I didn't read the way they had me listed as that profile in my email. Didn't remind at the moment I flashed out and didn't see it correctly and didn't identify with the actual profile that I created, the Centolella Cent at Facebook.com. And then I got Austin Antonius 2112 at Facebook.com. So those are the two I'm basically being restricted and occupying my time with. Um, all right, so let me get my eye back in here. Hold on. These don't fit anymore, and they never really did. But I glued them together where they're a little short in the length behind the ears, over the nose. But these were my old ones. These are my old readers. All right, so back when I used to go to church in 2023, I had these 2022 and 2023. I think it was that era in Jacksonville. All right, so here I am in Gainesville having a good morning. I want to say a few recognized feelings. Number one, this reminds me, I got a heart problem, stabbing chest, but different headache and eye effects from my prescriptions being wrong. And God knows my head injury, whatever's going on, that I have to feel my oats with my teeth missing and in bad shape with my jawline with, denture needs. And I got to get this terrible condition I'm in, very painful mouth, locking jaw, gum disease. You know, it's crazy. Chipped teeth, loose caps, posts that are exposed that you're breathing on and eating with all the time, like this. It's like somebody's punching me in the mouth. Every time I lay down, I feel like a mush mouth that my whole skull and jawline changes with the gums being so bacteria now. And I can't change it. It's just a painful process. It's all over my heart and my head and my eyes and everything. My ears, earache, jaw locking, everything that could go. Jaw pain all the time. Mouth conscientious all the time to what I'm chewing or thinking about, hot, cold, or absorb, anything. It's always distracting. All right, so with all that middle-aged talk, I wanted to say this is my happy home, as happy as I've ever been from the time I was a boy, and in very good memory retention and muscle memory retention. I'm doing my diligence to remember who I am and how I associate. Now, I'm going to share this by trying to hope I can return the lens to the back lens without losing the video. No, I couldn't. See, the phone doesn't work the way I think. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It's missing the reverse on the camera to use the back camera on this. Once you start the video as a live video on this device, it's just different devices I'm touching all the time, they don't have the same functions, and I'm not aware of what's changing while I'm using them until it's too late for me to move or edit. It's distracting. I don't want to learn like this, but I'm dealing with it. I would have changed the camera to go like this, but I can't see what I'm doing. I just see what the camera's going to do when I make the video. This is all reverse lens for you because it's the front lens, and I don't know if it's going to broadcast it left to right, right to left, as it actually is a mirror, you know. So anyways, I just did a spin in my chair. We like this. This is my left and right limit, my peripheral vision of my field of my range of motion in my office chair right now is this. If I turn around and go to the south, I think this is the west wall right here. That's my west wall. That's my western past right there. In hopes of finding myself orientate to the east. That's my eastern wall. That's my hopeful potential future. Now, there's my father in the mirror up here. I can't see what I'm sharing right now. Isn't that incredible? I'm making a random video. My father's upside down in his Vietnam picture from 1968, 21 years old, in my my case there. He's upside down, coming through the ceiling, upside down to catch me. See what I mean? I'm getting a theory here. It's ethereal theorist theology, comparative theology. No, it's Christian only. I'm only a Christian. I'm a sinning Christian. That's what I am. All right, so anyways, this is Saturday morning cartoons in real life. 56 years later, Austin Centolella shows up. It's from 1969 commemorative to current 2025. This is a date to remember for the 100th birthday of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, President of the United States. One of the last Americans that I was taught as a family, my family taught me from childhood. My grandparents and my grandmothers and anybody that was older that was alive the entire time before the Kennedy presidency and after. And he was supposed to be considered, in my family, he was the best hope, Catholic, uh, best guy you ever dreamed you could dream of having for an American president under the circumstances. He wasn't allowed to be entertained in the United States constituency because of the dirty internationalists all over the world that tried to make sure we would never become what Mr. Kennedy saw as a very easy fight for it, don't lose it. You come from a lot of people before you showed up, and you were supposed to carry that with you wherever you are as an inheritance. And after Mr. Kennedy was murdered by the butchers that did it, it was an inside job, and basically this whole scam of saving the public as long as you resign to your local office member that was standing there trying to give you your supplement. That's how Social Security and federal welfare was initiated by the government, was because they owned everybody ever since Mr. Kennedy walked the earth. They owned the American people and never let them think straight or for themselves again, as long as they were being fed. You might as well give it a Soylent Green from the movie from the 1973, Charlton Heston with the Edward G. Robinson and everybody in it, where they were feeding everybody those little wafers. They were supposed to be veggie green wafers, non descript edible government Soylent Green food. As long as you ate your food, and then you find out they're killing everybody to feed you what they were killing. And America is great. Uh, our fathers are more important than we thought they were while we were there, probably. and able to see them at the time they were around. Even the ones that hurt us, they do more after we leave and go on our own. And possibly, like I had the privilege of recognizing my own son, birth, life, and then meeting my dad when he was at the end of his life, in the middle of my life, for the first time. My actual father, outside of my stepfather, which is the only father I knew of. And so it means a lot more to me to remember on both sides of the table and the aisle and the fence and the hate and the love and the hate and the self dissection of 56 years that I can handle it. And childhood is a big part of my life. I came right back to being a little boy on Lamb Street in the area where I live because I live on the second floor amongst the treetops. From my view and my reach of daily action, which is very depressing and solitary confined in its own adulthood, but from childhood, I remember doing this all my life with the toys in my room. And they always improved every Christmas back then to a point. They really did. My family went to bat. They were an extended family on my stepfather's side of the family. My family name is Centolella. It's my surname. It's the only one I've had legally ever, and attempted to change. I never changed it yet. But my real father is Jones. Paternal. Now he's not a paternal acknowledgement, legal formal, but he acknowledged me, and so did his sister, as a fact that I am Edward Jones, son of John Jones of New Bedford, Massachusetts, biological son. So I found my bloodline. I just wanted to say, but with that said, today in my older age, somehow moderate enough to feel good, calm enough to recognize I don't want to be alone anymore, and it's okay to start talking to tell the truth. I don't have to be a violent, vulgar, belligerent, obscene person. I can stop being overly aggressive once I calm down. God has to stop me, and He did. He gave me a day today, and I'm having a different time. I just want everyone to know, in commemoration and sincere acknowledgement of the event, I wish to be a historically accurate and accountable human being of good standing. I don't have to be beloved in but I don't want to be hurt any further than it's been for a misfire and a misappropriation under misunderstanding due to the incomprehensible, cryptic experience of not really participating outside of much past my uh, capacity to be online, which I'm always here doing something, trying not to get more uncomfortable being alone doing it, which is almost impossible because I'm older now and it sucks to be alone as a grown man. But I am having a good day today. I just wanted to stop and think and do and pain while I'm doing the flip, because I got pain in my nerve pain with my rod in my neck and everything. While I talk, it shatters me sometimes to get sharp nerve damage pain in my head, in my neck, and while I feel myself shaking while I'm telling you from breathing and shit. So thank you for letting me broadcast. Everybody, the F word is optional. It could be face you or fuck you. Face you. Fuck you. God loves us, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing otherwise. I really don't. I'm too much stuck in the past to know who I am today, with tomorrow not knowing where I went today anymore. For about 20, 50 years, I'm on my way. See you soon. I can't go too long. I'm always in bed. I can stand there. I'm walking. I got the same endurance test. It only hurts to a point, and then I'm back in bed, actually able to lose my conscience where I belong. Everything else is a kind of a minimalist approach to trying to just preserve the hour. I'm stuck in a perpetual kind of limbo quality as long as I'm being held solitarily and cannot advance any further in relationships or any kind of interaction with anyone. And I don't want to be around anybody's kids and men outside of a private matter with a woman every now and then for the general time that I'm uncomfortable enough to say it's starting to work on me to be alone all the time. I would really, I want to dig into moving around the way I need to live with my ability to play my drums in functional capacity intact, with my rides where I belong. With I didn't have accommodation yesterday to get me to my doctor's appointment and back, and that's another nightmare I'm going to go into at another time. I'll probably try to type it out rather than get upset about it again because I made it back with the mole man glasses, with my eyes diluted out in the street yesterday, trying to catch a bus. Took me all night to catch that bus. I was outside after my appointment. My appointment was ridiculously long because I had to go back after I missed the first bus, the first attempt to catch it, without getting my frames ordered. I had to go back in about a hour later. I decided I got to go back in and get frames. I'm not waiting for the next bus anytime soon. I can see that. There's no cover at the bus stops by the veteran medical facility here, and it's very unsafe. I had to walk down the street with my eyes blinded from being the liquid numbing my eyes for an eye exam. In the Florida sunshine, they were trying to murder. I thought they were trying to murder me. This was a James Bond plot to murder me, I said to myself. I used to do the same kind of crazy talk to my constituent director, Jason Phelps, when he saw me get hit by cars in front of his office entrance and fall down and roll off the car and go, "Did you see that van try to kill me?" And then we would try to talk about something else. All right, anyway, that's not that long ago. That was Utica, New York. Representative at the time was for the constituency was Jason Phelps from Vernon, New York, who was there with Richard Hanna at the time, Congressman Richard Hanna of the district we lived in Utica, New York. I can't even remember if it's the 22nd, 42nd. I can't remember. Let me get off the phone. I'm talking. I'm infatuated with the radio on as usual, believing everybody wants to see me with my beard on or off. If I shave my beard, they start playing all the Queen songs on me and Elton John songs that make me think I'm one of the the girlfriend men and the she men. And then if I put my beard on, then they make me think I'm going to be a rock star for a little while because I can remember Stairway to Heaven. If you remember it backwards, you might be able to remember the drum part. I'm not talking for real. I'm only joking with you. Nobody knows me anyways. You wouldn't know if I was telling the truth anymore. Anyways, it was just fun. All right. Anyway, it's a nice day. Look, I can't get the sun to get in the front lens as much as I want to, but my eyes are burning right now trying to keep them open, looking into the camera with these glasses on. There you go. It's all backwards. This is all backwards lens unless it goes back. I'll tell you when the video's over in writing if it went correct. You could read the writing. Here, that should say Alesis. DM5 from 1990, the first one out there from the Pro setup with different symbols, but the original symbols are there. The Surge came with the Pro kit. DM5 Alesis. See the cables? They're backwards if it's front camera lens. See my Krispy Kreme with the green tea and honey? And the green marijuana? And the colors of green, white, and red in my pics to suggest I'm Italian? You see all these crazy things that most people wouldn't have known about me or cared about ever unless I told you? See? That's Jesus. See that? That's Jesus. Baby Jesus? Young Jesus? Baby Jesus with the fan. St. John, St. Diphnah. That's the Rapunzel myth right there, where she ran in the tower and they climbed her hair. The real saint was from Ireland, and she was the daughter who didn't want her father to have sex with her, so she killed herself before he killed her. He was going to behead her. Uh, I think she jumped out of the tower. Anyway, I'm not sure. That's the mother of perpetual help. There's all the things I can talk about. I could bring up a story and a whole reality to almost every little detail. I got pages and pages of information. If only I spent the time and did what I'm doing right now and just started talking and pointing. Point and click. Click, click. That's a painting I made when my son and I were on Noy Street. Early days, just as I was entering Social Security eligibility prior to the year 2000. Here I was on the lawn, face down, with my infant son, or he was about a year, 2 years, I don't know. Got to remember if I look at the date. And we were both seeing the same lawn at the same point of perspective, because my face was next to his face and I was painting. See that? That's all real. I'm as real as Israel. Shalom. And I want to say Christ the true light is victorious. The only thing that said on his cross sign was Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. That's all it said.